What's going on, everyone? Alex Da Silva, happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well and welcome to another daily dose of happiness. I hope you're having a great week. We're coming up towards the end of the week and wow, what a week it's been. It's been very busy for me anyway. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Work's been great. It's been busy. Things are kind of turning and going where they're supposed to. Business is going very well. Did a talk on Tuesday, as you know. I did a video very early in the morning just to let you know, what was going on for me and kind of my passion of following this dream and how all of a sudden everything is just falling into place. And it's absolutely phenomenal how, there were times, and there are still some times where I think, is this going to happen? I expect me to be, a lot more advanced and a lot more further forward than I think I should be. And, because sometimes I'm listening to other speakers and, and I get motivated by them, but then also at the same time, I think I'm not doing enough. And I start to compare myself and I have to take myself away from that situation and realize that they have their journey, I have mine. And I've learned this and I want to share this with you. One of the things I shared with this talk that I did was, look, we're all going to have influencers, we're all going to have people who we see as, as mentors, whether they are online or whether these are, real people, people who guide us through our lives. And often or not, we're going to come across those people, whether they're parents, friends, influencers, people we see online, or videos, motivational speakers, whatever it may be, a coach, a therapist, or even somebody you train with, whatever it is for you. One of the things I've learned just recently is that there is a huge difference in looking at what those people are doing, being inspired by them, and taking a leaf out of their book, out of their success, following the steps, trying it yourself, see what works, and something doesn't, then change it around to suit me or to suit you. And I've realized there is also the other way, where we look at these people and we look at how they look, the muscles, the six pack, or the money that they have, the cars, the houses, the plane, whatever it may be, whatever you don't have that you look for and you seek outside and you seek from somebody else. Of course, we want that. Is it impossible? Does that mean that we're not going to have it? There's two ways. Yes, of course we can reach that. Of course we can have it. We can have anything. And I am seeing it and I am believing it more and more and more every single day. As I continue on this journey, as I continue to do this, as doors continue to open and I continue to help more and more people, I understand and I believe, right, my mission, I know what it is. Okay, let's go, and I'm building self-confidence and I'm staying humble and grateful every single day that I get to do this. Now, here's the flip side, is that what it can also do is it can trigger the negative side of things within us. As we're looking at these people, when we're seeing everything that they have, look at him, he's speaking all over the world, look at the stages where this person is speaking at. And I'm not using anybody in particular, I'm just using as an example because I'm a speaker. And I can get jealous of that person and I can start criticizing them and I can start resenting them instead of being inspired and motivated by them. And I think sometimes what can happen is I would then start to nitpick everything that they say, everything that they do, and I start to look at their lives and say, well, you're not doing exactly what you're saying, and that's very toxic. That's very negative. So I realized, or even on the flip side, is then instead of criticizing them, I criticize me. I start to look at my life. You don't speak like that. You're not as influential as they are. You don't have that same passion. So I tried to copy them. I tried to be similar. And I realized all of these things, they didn't sit right with me, and there were a couple of times earlier when I was trying my feet, I was trying my dance moves. I was trying to see where I was going to fit in. And, I tried, a few things, different approaches, different ways of speaking. And I've realized that, yes, I am passionate. Yes, I am vibrant and I can be I can be quite, I can have a lot of energy, but I've realized that I'm not going to be some of the people that I follow. You know, I can't, you know, scream and shout. It's not within me. If the opportunity is there, then sure. But it's just not who I am. I am a little bit more calmer, but I speak from the heart. I speak with passion, and, you know, and I try to really deliver, you know, things in my own way. And that's what I've learned. I've learned that I have to be me, you know, and throughout that talk, you know, I want to recap is, you know, I got there really, really early, and it was amazing because I got to sit down with the teachers and had a really nice experience with them. And then, you know, I did my first session in the morning, which they were year 8. And then after that, lunchtime, it was year 9. And then at the end, it was year 10. So it was brilliant because it was all different age groups, and every single session was just more and more powerful each time. And I came out of there, and the thing that I realized was exactly that, you know, is about, you know, just kind of following who you are, following your passion, you know, becoming the best version of you. And that's kind of the message that, you know, came up a lot, you know, and not doing things for other people. You know, I was so humbled that, you know, there were so many kids there. I think throughout the whole day, each session, I think there must have been about between 100 to 150 kids. So I would have spoken to maximum probably about 450 kids, if not more. And what an experience to be able to then have so many kids come up to me and then talk to me, ask me questions, and even afterwards, you know, Amy, who put this together, she's absolutely incredible, and fair play to her. What an incredible day, you know, and you know, hats off to her, and, you know, and huge respect, and thank you for having me, you know, for having me come over and speak. It was absolutely phenomenal. I enjoyed every moment, but the highlight for me was, you know, these girls and guys coming up to me and then asking real questions and asking for real advice, you know, because of their struggle, you know, and me going there talking about how I used to feel when I was younger, you know, and being able to connect with them honestly, truthfully, vulnerably. You know, I think it opened up a lot of doors for them. And even afterwards, I've had a few people reach out to me just recently as well, you know, on social media, some of the teachers and, you know, and a couple of the students. And what a huge blessing for me to be able to really give back, and the experience was just absolutely phenomenal, you know. And you know what, I can kind of just go on with this, you know, for forever, and really share, you know, what went on for me, you know, on Tuesday. I just want to say a huge thanks as well, you know. I'm not going to mention a name, but, you know, my boss knows who he is, and he did me a huge favor, man, and for letting me go and allowing me to go and do this talk. He knows how important it is for me to do this work and to speak to people and to help, you know, as many people as possible. And it says a lot about, you know, him as an individual, and absolutely huge thanks, you know, and I really, really appreciate it. It means a hell of a lot to me. You know, so look, guys, I guess just to wrap things up, as always, be amazing, be fantastic, be absolutely phenomenal. And this is something that I struggled with. I struggled with this because I didn't believe it myself. This is one of the other things, you know, I would say to these guys is, look, nobody will change you. You have to change. If nothing changes, nothing changes, you know. So if there is anything you want to change within your life, whether it's work, relationship, you know, whether it's weight, whether it's, you know, how you treat yourself, how you speak to yourself, what you think about you, how you think about others, whatever it may be, if there is something that makes you feel uncomfortable, something that doesn't sit right with you, something that causes you pain, you can change. You've heard me talk about this: addiction, suicide, overdoses, abuse, bullying, being fat, you know, struggling with food, my self-esteem. You know, I can reel off all of the things that I say now to be blessed to have kind of gone through this stuff, you know. And I say blessed because I've realized, and if you listen to what I've said earlier, instead of judging, instead of criticizing other people or myself now, what I do is I take away lessons, things that I can learn, positive stuff that I can say, okay, now, brilliant. Okay, now I know what I need to do. This is where I know I need to change. It's not about failure. It's not about perfection. It's not about procrastination. It's just going, okay, one step. That's all I have to take. That's all I have to do is make one decision. It's one positive decision, one positive step that's going to make a difference. And as soon as you take one, you take another. As soon as you take another, you take another one. Next thing you know, it's been a month. The next thing you know, it's been 3 months. Now it's been 2.5 years, almost 3 years, and we have an office. Now we're speaking, in all of these incredible places. We're starting to have meetings. We're starting to reach out to people. Lucy's finishing her master's degree. And I'm still at the bottom of this iceberg. I say this to people, I am nowhere near where I'm meant to be. But that's the most beautiful thing, is that we are just climbing. I am climbing to the surface and I'm nowhere near my full potential. But the thing is, this is how incredible I feel now. Imagine when I do. And this is what I try to say to people. You are nowhere near where you're supposed to be, but you can be. You can be, because I know you can. If I can do it, trust me. Anybody can do it. And that's what I'm trying to say. This is what I pretty much said to these, to these young men and young women. And I'm so happy for them. And I'm so proud of them that, they came out, they reached out to me. They did reach out to the teachers as well, asking for help. And what a blessing. This is what I love doing, and I love doing this with you as well. So as always, have an amazing day, amazing afternoon, amazing evening, wherever you are in the world. Reach into that inner genius, the inner child in you that's crying out for you to be the best version of you. Don't be scared of him or her. They are there to help you. They are there to support you, and so are we. So I wish you the greatest of success, and be amazing, be fantastic, and be absolutely phenomenal. And I'll speak to you again very soon. Take care.